VPI Pet Insurance presents Ask the Vet with Dr. Justine Lee from Pet Poison Helpline. Did you know that last spring, Pet Poison Helpline received more than 2,000 calls about yard-related poisonings?
Well, I'm very conscious about keeping harmful chemicals out of my yard and garden, so I use organic materials and products whenever I can.
You know, organic fertilizers aren't always safer. In fact, bone meal, blood meal, and fish meal are all organic. They're not poisonous per se, but they're still really dangerous to your dog or cat. The reason why is basically something like bone meal, which is just crushed up bone from cow, smells gross, it tastes really good to dogs, and so they end up ingesting a large amount. And when that happens, when it mixes actually with the stomach acid, it actually forms this bowling ball-like foreign body obstruction in their stomach. The other concern that we see with bone meal ingestion is it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and even pancreatitis, which is inflammation of the pancreas. We've actually seen some Labradors who have ingested several pounds of bone meal because it tastes so good, and they actually need surgery in order to get that bowling ball foreign body out.
Wow.
So when in doubt, you want to keep bone meal out of reach.
Well, I do keep my yard and garden completely safe for Tucker.
Good. The problem is your neighbors might not be as cautious. Big danger, mole and gopher bait. It actually contains something called zinc phosphide. It's quite poisonous to Tucker. In other words, it's got what we call a narrow margin of safety. Only takes a tiny amount to potentially poison Tucker. The problem is that when dogs ingest it, it actually causes severe clinical signs of bloating, vomiting, abdominal pain, and even heart arrhythmias or difficulty breathing. One of the things that we treat them with is basically an antacid to neutralize the stomach acid. Sometimes we have veterinarians actually pump the stomach, and oftentimes dogs need to be treated with IV fluids or anti-vomiting medication to be able to treat them for that.
Okay, well, what should I do if Tucker gets into some of that?
Great question. When in doubt, fight the impulse to induce vomiting. And the reason why is you always want to contact a veterinarian or Pet Poison Helpline first before inducing vomiting. The reason why is zinc phosphide actually is poisonous to you and Tucker. What happens is zinc phosphide actually mixes with the stomach acid and it results in the production of phosphine gas. So you can imagine this is happening in your dog's stomach.
Wow.
And when that happens, it causes the stomach to bloat, it causes the signs of vomiting, causes the signs of really severe abdominal pain. So you definitely want to be careful. When phosphine gas is inhaled and you smell it, it can actually cause severe respiratory irritation to you, almost like an asthmatic or a bronchial reaction. So if your dog vomits in the car, roll down the windows and ventilate the car really well. Turn on the air conditioning and get to the vet stat. Once you get to the veterinarian, you want to make sure to tell the veterinary staff too that the phosphine gas is poisonous to them. In case of emergency, always get veterinary advice. Keep emergency numbers posted as a good reference, or better yet, pre-program your cell phone so you can always call for life-saving medical advice immediately. Pet Poison Helpline is available 24/7 and it's a quick phone call away. It's also a good idea to have a VPI pet insurance policy in case of emergencies like these. When the unexpected happens, your only concern should be getting Tucker the best care possible. And with VPI, you're financially prepared for the unexpected.
That is such a good point. It's always best just to be completely prepared when dangers like this come looking for your pet.
Exactly.
If you suspect that your pet may have ingested something harmful, seek immediate veterinary advice. Pet Poison Helpline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you through any pet poisoning emergency. Are you prepared for unexpected veterinary expenses? VPI Pet Insurance provides a financial safety net for all kinds of pet emergencies. Get a no-obligation quote for the pet insurance recommended #1 by veterinarians.